The line shuffles forward, the lights are too bright, your heart is beating a little too fast. And then the officer looks up, locks eyes with you, and says, "Next." In that moment, your entire trip hangs on how you answer just 10 simple questions. May I see your passport? This sounds like the easiest part of travel, but it is actually the first test you either pass or fail in seconds. The officer isn't just checking a document, they're checking you, your hands, your breathing, your eyes, the way you step up to the counter. If you start digging through your bag, shuffling papers, unzipping 3 compartments while nervously laughing, you've already sent the wrong message. Unprepared, overwhelmed, unpredictable. A calm traveler does the opposite. Passport ready in hand, not buried under snacks and receipts. One smooth motion. You place it down, look at the officer, and say something simple like, "Here you go," or even just hand it over in silence. No jokes, no apologies, no long explanation about why your bag is messy. At this first question, confidence speaks louder than any stamp in your passport. If you act like you belong there, the system starts to believe you do. Then comes the second question, the one that quietly reveals whether you're a short-term visitor or a potential long-term headache. How long will you stay? Most people underestimate how powerful this question is. They hear it, and their brain starts scrambling. Wait, was it 10 days or 12? Should I mention my cousin's wedding? Do I talk about the road trip? That inner chaos leaks into your voice. You start rambling. Around 2 weeks, but it might be a bit longer if my friend, I think that is exactly what triggers suspicion. Not because your plans are evil, but because your answer sounds uncertain. Immigration systems track overstays. They know which types of travelers don't leave when they're supposed to. So when you sound unsure about when you're leaving, you accidentally step into the risk category. The travelers who glide through this question answer like they already memorized their own story. 10 days. 1 week. 2 months for a course. Short, clean, steady. Next, the officer tilts the conversation into the heart of your trip. What is the purpose of your visit? This is the question that can turn a relaxed chat into a serious interrogation in seconds. By the time you reach that desk, your purpose is not a mystery. Your visa type, your ticket, your booking, even your past trips already paint a picture of why you're there. The officer isn't asking because they don't know. They're asking to see if your story matches the one already in the system. This is where many travelers make a deadly mistake. They start telling their life story. Well, I'm visiting friends, but I might also do some sightseeing and maybe look at some job opportunities, and also, that kind of answer explodes into red flags. Too many threads, too many motives, too much noise. Seasoned travelers keep it in 3 safe lanes the officer instantly understands: tourism, business, education. I'm here for vacation. I'm here for a business meeting. I'm here to study for 1 month. That's it. You're not on a TED stage. The officer doesn't need your emotional motivation or a decade of backstory. They need your purpose in 1 line. The calmer and cleaner it sounds, the faster they move on. Then, just when you think the conversation is casual, the officer drops a question that does something much deeper. What do you do for work? This is not small talk. This question quietly measures your stability in life, your job, your studies, your retirement. These are signals that you have a life to return to, a steady job, an ongoing course, a family routine, a business. All of that says, I'm going home after this. Then comes a question that sounds harmless, but it's one of the sharpest tools on their list. Are you traveling alone? Most people think this is polite curiosity. In reality, they already know the answer. Your booking data, your seat assignment, who checked in with you, who scanned their boarding pass right before you. This is all visible to them. They're not trying to find out whether you're alone. They're checking whether your answer matches their screen. Then you get a question that suddenly feels more personal. Do you have any family here? This is where some travelers tense up immediately, imagining that saying yes is dangerous. But the real danger isn't the yes or no, it's how you deliver it. Family means connection. Connection means it could be easier for someone to stay longer than allowed, get help finding unofficial work, or slowly slide from visitor into resident. That's why this question exists. If your answer is no, keep it effortlessly simple. No, I don't. Not no, I swear, I don't know anyone here, no family, no friends, nobody, I promise. That kind of panicked oversharing sounds like fear, and fear often looks like guilt, whether you mean it or not. If your answer is yes, you still keep the same calm surface. Yes, my cousin lives here. My sister works in the city. Honest, short, controlled. The officer's main focus isn't your cousin, it's your reaction to the question. Do your eyes suddenly shift? Does your tone change like you've been caught? Do your shoulders stiffen? That's what makes them dig deeper. The trick is simple. Tell the truth, but tell it without drama. Then the conversation slips backward in time. Have you been here before? On the surface, this feels like a casual memory question. In reality, it's a truth check. Your travel history is already logged. Entries, exits, visas, stamps. The officer can see it with a glance. They ask to see if your answer flows naturally or if you stumble. If this is your first time, you don't decorate it. No, this is my first time. If you visited before, you anchor it clearly. Yes, I visited last summer. I was here 2 years ago for business. Notice how each answer drops a simple time frame and stops there. Up to this point, you've been talking mostly about you, your plans, your job, your history. Now, the focus shifts to what you're carrying. Do you have anything to declare? This is the question people treat like background noise, and that's why it trips up so many travelers. Snacks from home, herbal remedies, medicine, gifts, electronics, cash, these may seem harmless to you, but in another country, they might be restricted, taxable, or controlled. The officer isn't expecting you to know every law by heart, but they are watching your behavior very closely in this moment. The biggest red flag here is not a forbidden item, it's a guilty reaction. A shaky, an anxious glance at your bags, nervous over-explaining like, well, I have some stuff, but it's just small things. Nothing really, just a little. That kind of answer screams, please don't look in my suitcase, even if you're technically fine. If you truly have nothing to declare under that country's rules, say it like you mean it. No, I don't. Firm, calm, neutral. If you do have something to declare, honesty is your shield, not your enemy. By now, the officer has a complete picture of who you are, why you're there, and what you brought. Then comes a question that seems small, but cracks open your whole plan. Where will you be staying? This is where unprepared travelers suddenly freeze. They know they booked a hotel, but the name just evaporated under pressure. They know the city, but not the neighborhood. They start frantically scrolling through emails, screenshots, photos, while the officer just watches the panic grow. That moment of chaos sends one strong message. This traveler doesn't fully know where they're going, but immigration doesn't expect you to recite a full address from memory. They're testing control, not your ability to memorize postcodes. All you really need is a simple, solid sentence. I'm staying at the Pacific Hotel in Manhattan. I'm staying at an Airbnb in downtown Toronto. I'll be with my cousin in Melbourne. Name, city, type of place, that's enough. In many countries, your accommodation is already connected to your visa, arrival card, or airline data. This question is just checking whether your mouth matches the system. If you can answer without fumbling or guessing, you look like someone who planned their trip. not someone who drifted into it. Then finally, the question that decides whether your story has a proper ending or just stops. Can I see your return ticket or onward travel? This is where everything you said up to this point either locks into place or starts to wobble. You've claimed tourism, a fixed number of days, a place to stay, a job, or studies back home. But this is the proof that you actually intend to leave. When the officer asks for your return or onward ticket, and you suddenly have to dig through a dying phone, scroll an infinite inbox, open 3 different apps, and still can't find it, you immediately look unprepared. And unprepared travelers are the ones officers want to look at more closely. The seasoned traveler prepares for this moment before stepping off the plane. Ticket screenshot saved offline. Email bookmarked. Printed copy tucked into the passport sleeve. So when the question comes, the response is smooth and fast. Yes, here it is. I'm flying back on the 22nd. Or, yes, I have an onward flight to Singapore. Not only is the document ready, you know what it says. The officer isn't judging your airline or fare type. They don't care if your ticket is flexible or if you might change it later. They care that you have proof of an exit. When you can show that in seconds, calmly, without drama, the interview usually ends on a high note. So how do you walk into that bright, stressful arrivals hall and move through these questions like someone who's done it 100 times? First, keep your passport close, not buried, not hidden under snacks, not zipped into that one pocket you always forget. The moment you step off the plane, you should know exactly where it is. That simple move alone makes the first question smooth instead of stressful. Second, know your story before they ask. Before you join the immigration line, say your basics in your head: purpose of visit, length of stay, where you're staying. One line for each. If you can answer those 3 cleanly in your own mind, you'll answer them cleanly at the counter. Third, stop oversharing. Most travelers get into trouble not because they're lying, but because they talk too much. The officer asks 1 question, they answer 5. From that point on, the conversation is no longer under control. Your rule is simple. Answer the question, only the question, and then stop. Silence is not rude in that booth. It is a sign that you are not scrambling. Fourth, be precise without drowning in detail. 1 week is better than, well, maybe 7 to 10 days depending on what my friend decides. Tourism is better than, I'm here to relax, think about life, and maybe see if I can. Short answers sound confident. Long, tangled ones sound rehearsed. Or worse, improvised. Fifth, keep your documents in a quick access system. Return ticket, hotel details, invitation letters, anything important. Put them in one dedicated folder on your phone, and if possible, keep printed copies together with your passport. When an officer asks for something and you can pull it up in seconds, the conversation stays smooth. The moment you start fumbling, their curiosity increases. Sixth, watch your body language. You don't need to stand like a statue, but you also don't want to fidget like you're hiding something. Stand steady, breathe normally. Don't avoid eye contact in a way that looks like fear, but don't stare in a way that looks confrontational. Think calm, respectful, ready, not guilty or defensive. Seventh, walk up to the counter like you belong there. Because you do. You bought a ticket. You followed the rules. You're allowed to travel. The officer's job is not to bully you out of the sky, it's to make sure you match the story on your documents. When you move with that quiet, grounded confidence, you look like the kind of traveler who never causes problems. If you want more guides like this to help you move through airports, visas, and border questions with real confidence, make sure you stick around. Hit subscribe, tap the bell, and keep your next trip one step ahead of the questions.